Brothers and sisters, soldiers and soldierettes, salute! You already know, if we alive and breathing, we are back to conquer another day and another day and another day. Because when you listen to that inner glow, nothing can stop us. When we are truly connected to what I always say, that great divine spirit within. Universe, Mother Nature, it's a beautiful thing. But you have to be at this state to know it, not believe, as I've been taught. We have to know. Once we get to this stage, we'll know why we should know. Because it's good to know. Something I haven't said in a while that I love to say. We know what we know, and we'll be humble about the things we don't know. So let's get to those honors. But before I get to those honors, I thank those that have been riding along with the brother. Remember, we're leaders and teachers. We are not followers. We're going to change that narrative. We are not followers. Let's get that out of our psyche. Some of us have a leader and a teacher inside of us. We don't know that it's inside of us. But if we connect it to the right, righteous person, place, or thing, sometimes it can bring it out while we're working on it ourselves, because it always comes back to working on thyself. So let's get to those honors. And again, I appreciate those that's been with the brother, because there are many great brothers and sisters out here. We got to keep that energy out there. So as I said, let's get to those honors. Honor thy righteous ancestors that left a footprint, and spirit is still alive and well in many great brothers and sisters in our families and outside our families. And, you know, when you really pay attention and observe, as many great reachers and teachers out here, salute. And I want to honor our families before I go on. I always got to say, may all of our families prosper and everything we touch turn to gold. And anyone we held dear that may have transitioned in our families that really meant something to us, all of our families, may they rest in peace and in power. And what I wanted to touch on today was tinkering around in my spirit. That old great divine gives so many of us those great downloads. When we get those downloads, we don't ask why. We just put it out to the world and share it out to the world. And today we're going to talk on killing, or how to kill. We're going to say killing toxins. I don't want to say killing toxins. Focus on toxins in our body, you know, because we have to focus on the spiritual within, of course, you know, listen to that, you know, get to the pit, the bottom of the barrel, so to speak, and dig up all that gunk. And a lot of things come up when we dig within, when we go within. We hear that a lot. But when we do it, like I say, we'll know why we hear that so much. But once we do, brothers and sisters, and many of us have been through this transformation, a lot of things will come up. So, and our body talks to us. We just have to listen, especially when we get up in, I don't want to say age, but when we get a little wiser, up in levels, we done had some experiences in life, you know, our body talks to us, and we learn to listen. Unless we're just stupid and don't give a damn, we learn to listen over time. That's connected to being wise, disciplined, you know, and paying attention. So how we can either stop toxins in our body or kill toxins in our body and prevent future disease or sickness from getting into our body. There are ways that this can be done. Now, I put a disclaimer out there. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical physician or nothing like that. But, you know, when you go within, when you listen to your body, you research, you look for knowledge, you look for ways to live longer, especially when you have those attached to us, family, children, significant other. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm never want to come off like I'm an expert in things that I talk about. It's just when I'm literally going through an experience, I share it as I'm learning. Because like I said on a little while ago, we are a student and a teacher. So I'm saying that to say, and I really didn't have a topic or a title, but it's going to be how we can deal with toxins in our body and how we can prevent future, you know, some future diseases, you know. And, because everything, like I always say, the root of all sickness is stress. So once you let stress take over, a lot of things come along with that. So we're going to talk about killing the toxins in the body, or how to stop toxins in the body. Because toxins in the body, and this is something I've learned, and I've learned from other teachers, that it can cause make you sluggish. You won't have a lot of energy, fatigue. Toxins in our body do this. And I've learned this over time and studying myself. And as I say, I'm always learning too. So we're going to talk about 3 juices. And of course, we read the back of bottles. And, we got to read things too. We don't just grab something because it say juice on it. We read the back of it and see what the ingredients is. I'm learning to do that. And that's with anything. Medicine, anything we're putting in our body. We research it, check it out. So it's 3 juices that I want to talk about that I drink on the regular and seems to help me. And especially with black men, and I'll admit, I don't like to go to the doctor either, unless I absolutely have to. So I can relate to a lot of us how we feel about, going to the doctor, especially in research we have done, a little knowledge we got up under our belt. So, but I ain't gonna even go there, because this not really about being too deep. I just wanted to share some things that, I do for oneself to keep me healthy. So we got to teach health too, a healthy spirit, mind, body, and soul. But we got to keep that body healthy as much as we possibly can, So this is what I do. Add to the culture. And welcome to another nature podcast. I love doing this because nature is the best. I will never go against Mama Nature ever. And I will always share that great divine gifts that put in me, as well as a lot of other reachers and teachers out there. Salute within our families and outside our families. And those who've been with the brother, you too. Salute. Okay, we're going to do the first juice, which is cranberry juice. And, I'm going to go into the little definitions of it and kind of break it down. Might have some side notes. And the other 2 juices is grapefruit juice and pickle juice. Yes, pickle juice I read about is very good for the body. But we're going to start off with cranberry juice. And this is another meditative moment. Here we go. Cranberry juice, vitamins and antioxidants. Now, forgive me if some of these words I don't use, so if I fumble some of them, forgive me. Vitamins, cranberry juice has vitamins and antioxidants. Is antioxidants. Antioxidants. I might have spelled that wrong, excuse me. Antioxidants. In any event, it has things in it that can fight off toxins in our body in any event. So antioxidants, and is directly related to the prevention of some infections, such as urinary tract infections. Drinking cranberry juice regularly is associated with other disease prevention and may relieve high blood pressure and lowers cholesterol and low cholesterol. So those are the things that cranberry juice can do for you. And it's also good for the prostate. And when you drink it regular, I drink cranberry juice all the time. I also drink apple juice. I read the back of it. I make sure it's 100%. It's the real, as real as it can possibly be. It says it on the bottle. We have to read and research. But, I try to make sure it's 100% apple juice. I'm going to read that one more time. Cranberry juice has vitamins and antioxidants, if I said that right, and is directly related to the prevention of some infections, such as urinary tract infections. Drinking cranberry juice regularly is associated with other disease prevention and may relieve high blood pressure and lowers cholesterol. So that's cranberry juice. Like I said, I have little side notes. And I've been drinking this, I don't know, for the last 5 years. I drink it a lot. And other juices also. All right, we're going to move over to grapefruit juice, which is another grapefruit. And I just recently come upon this and researched it and looked it up. And, like I say, when you listen, like some things I've learned from person, place, or thing, but things I have learned from other teachers, thought-provoking things, when you're in the right environment, you listen to the right reachers and teachers, brother or sister, and you'll hear thought-provoking things, you listen to that inner voice. It's the most, listening righteously to that inner voice and to our body, man, it's the best thing one can do for oneself, because it will lead to so many things. And before I go on with the grapefruit juice, I heard, I don't like to say names, but I had to say what this brother said, because what he said, what I heard him say today was so freaking powerful. Brother KRS-One, one of my favorite rappers. Now y'all know I love hip hop. I talk about hip hop. When I get on hip hop, I get deep. I'm a whole nother person when it comes to hip hop. But KRS-One is one of my favorite hip hop artists, which I got a lot of my like. One day maybe I'll talk about my favorite artists. Most of them are old school, back when hip hop had substance, but I ain't gonna get too deep into that. But salute to KRS-One. He said, when we speak to our inner voice, then the universe responds. When we speak to our inner, when we go within and speak. And he said, because our body is just a shell. So our shell speaks, but it comes from the inner. And when we go to that inner space, and I don't hope I don't mess it up, try to say it like he said it. But he said, when we speak to that inner, the universe responds. And I thought that was the most beautiful thing in the world. And I just wanted to bring that and salute KRS-One. That's not mine. He said that. It was dope. And I don't go on Instagram a lot, but when I do go on Instagram or Twitter or any of these other social media outlets, I try to look for something positive. I try to sidestep the bullshit. And sometimes you can click on there and boom, you'll just click on to something positive right away. That's the universe speaking, brothers and sisters. That means we're on the right path. When things like that happen, that's not a coincidence. I don't do coincidences, But thank you, KRS-One, for that. I'm glad I saw that. Man, I'm telling you, I am so glad that brother was a part of the hip hop culture, because he is much needed, and many other brothers like him and sisters. So salute to brothers and sisters out there that are just like him, that think like he do. Even if ones that's not in hip hop. I'm not just talking about hip hop, but any brother or sister, young or old, that think like that, I salute you, because it's a rarity. We need some real like-minded reachers and teachers out here, whether they're in hip-hop or not. So thank you, KRS-One. Just wanted to bring that up. So like I said, thought-provoking things, when you connect it to that divine spirit, man, some wonderful things will come about. Okay, so let's get to grapefruit juice and what it does. It's healthy for you too. Grapefruit can be part of a healthy diet. Grapefruit has vitamin C and potassium, nutrients your body needs to work properly. Grapefruit juice or grapefruit can affect the way your medicines work. It can affect the way your medicines work, actually. So in other words, it can prevent you from having to need medicine. I guess it depends on the individual too. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician. I guess it depends on the individual, because everybody's different. But it says grapefruit can affect the way your medicines work. So I might have to go further into that. And that food and drug interaction. Yep, food and drug interaction. I'm going to read that again. Grapefruit can be part of a healthy diet. Grapefruit has vitamin C and potassium, nutrients your body needs to work properly. Grapefruit juice and grapefruit can affect the way your medicines work. So you know what? That's like some of these definitions you have to kind of really read between the lines, because sometimes they don't want to put in there what they really want to say. That's just my own opinion. That's just what I get from it. But when I get from affects the medicines, so it must mean that because it said it's healthy for the body. So like I said, it must depends on the individual if it affects the medicines you're taking. Maybe it affects it because when you drinking grapefruit regularly, you don't need certain medicines. Maybe that's what that means. I could be wrong. Let me know what you think in the comment, So that's the beautiful thing about doing this. We learn as we go along sometimes. This is how we find out things. We dig, brothers and sisters. This is what I'm doing. I'm digging. This is what we do. I'm digging. I'm searching. This is what we do. So, but in any event, real grapefruit juice, 100%, or grapefruit. Actually, I would say a grapefruit would be better than juice. It's good for you. And I'll admit, I haven't had a grapefruit in a while, but I'm going to start having them in the house. I'm going to start drinking grapefruit juice, stuff like that. I already drink cranberry juice. So that was grapefruit juice, brothers and sisters. And thank those that have been listening. Hope this ain't too long or boring for you, but I think these are important things to know because there's so much stuff going on out here. We need to know things that'll make us healthy, keep us living, because a lot of us have children, family, significant other. So that's why I do this. Okay, we're going to move on to pickle juice. Yes, pickle juice is good for you, and I drink this on a regular. And pickle juice has significant amounts of vitamin C and E, two key and antioxidants. That word is again key antioxidants. Antioxidants, I can't say this like I said, excuse me if I'm saying this wrong. And antioxidants help shield your body from damaging muscles called free radicals. Everyone gets exposed to free radicals. So having plenty of antioxidants in your diet is very good. It's very important, and I'm going to read it again. A significant amounts. This is pickle juice. Pickle juice has significant amounts of vitamin C and E. Two key antioxidants. Antioxidants help shield your body from damaging muscles called free radicals. Everyone gets exposed to free radicals. So having plenty of antioxidants in your diet is very important. So that's what pickle juice does. Pickle juice fights off toxins in your body. Like I say, like the topic, like the title, ways to fight off toxins in our body, or ways to prevent toxins in our body. Because I just, like I said, it's been tinkering around in my spirit, and I'm just, trying not to get distracted by too many of the toxin, speaking of toxic, toxic things on social media. Like I said, go inward. Like Brother KRS once said, and the universe will respond. And I see the universe responding to a lot of great brothers and sisters out here, and in our families. When you connect it to that great divine, you will see the world for what it really is. You will know who's true and who's not. It's just you have to, be in tune with oneself to come across these things, to feel these things, and that's brother or sister, young or old. It's nothing we can't do if we don't put our mind to, and that's real talk. Because you listen to a brother, they used to be very, very shy, Didn't know the qualities I had within. But we have to open up our minds, sometime the person, place, or thing. Again, like I always say, when we're in a righteous space, we'll know who's who. We won't have to guess. Just let the great divine do what it do. And I have to say again, salute KRS-One. Thank you, because hearing him say and it was a whole lot more he said, but that was part of that part right there was the most dopest thing I've heard in my life. When we talk to that inner voice within, man, woo, I can't help, I keep saying it. The universe responds. That's beautiful, man. So I hope you got something out of those definitions I read off about juices and, different things we can put in our body to keep us healthy and break stuff down. Because like I say, every walk is different. Everybody's different, brother or sister, young or old, so, some of us, eat hamburgers, and I'm not going to lie. I still working on my diet. I don't eat meat a lot, but I do eat it. But like, this is why I do things like this. So we can break that stuff down in our body, for those that maybe do eat hamburger or steak or stuff like that. We have to do things to break that stuff down. You can't just let it settle in our body. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think beef and steak, meats of that, like steaks and like I said, pork chops and stuff like that. Well, I know beef and steak for sure. It stays in our body. I could be wrong on this. I might have to look it up. But I think it takes 2 to 3 days to digest, maybe 4 if I'm not mistaken. So just think about that, how that meat just sits in our body. And think of those who just eat meat all day, every day, and ain't doing nothing to break it down. It's just building up over time. That's where the strokes come in, the heart attacks, stuff like that. And again, like I say, I'm not no doctor. I'm not a medical physician. Just things that I have experienced in life and things I have seen others, go through in their lives, and whether it's in my family or friends or, brothers and sisters online, we got to utilize that knowledge we come across. You never know even if it seems like it's something small, just learn it, learn whatever we can. So we can work on that inner, I always say, and work our way out, focus on our physical too, So that's my thought. I just wanted to talk about, ways of stopping toxins in our body or preventing toxins in our body, ways of stopping toxins, So that's my thought. And like I said, I hope you got something out of it. I'll always try my best to share and suggest, teach, and give advice. That's what I do over here. And like I said, if you get something from me, those that's been with a brother, thank you. I appreciate you. If you get something from me, take what you learn from me and teach it to someone else, so we can keep that vibration strong, righteously. So I honor the reachers and teachers that's out there putting in that work, and some I have learned from, the real like-minded reachers and teachers. Salute, emphasis on real. And those that have been with the brother, and the divine got a plan for you. And I honor your family. I honor my family. I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. Try our best to be healthy within and out. And may all of you, all those that's been listening to a brother, brothers and sisters all over the world, may you keep that ultimate peace wherever you are right now. Salute.